Bang! Neeves Knives. I'm Jared, and today we're going to talk about 5 knives and why they are awesome. Starting this off, we have the Dirk Pinkerton Design KANSEPT Main Street. Now, this is the big one in 154 cm, and you can get the handle material in so many different options. And that's one of the cool things. This comes in a lot of different versions. It is on ceramic caged bearings and is very smooth. Access to the lock bar is really nice. Now, it has a titanium milled pocket clip that works awesome. This is such a good pocket clip. I wish more clips were like it. But what's really awesome about this, so it's simple. The ergos are really, really good. This thing melts in your hand, and you can get up nice and tight to the blade. But it's a Wharncliffe blade, and being a Wharncliffe blade, it is an expert at utility cuts. So if you have a job opening things up and basically doing detail work, this would be your best friend. There is a mini option that's really tiny. I don't really recommend it, to be honest, because there's no lock bar access. This one, the big one, does have lock bar access. And it's simple and just extremely, extremely well done with good geometry. So while it does great utility cuts, and because you can get all that force down into the tip, and because the ergos are so good, it's nice and comfortable. But it slices really good too. So pretty affordable, or relatively affordable, 77 bucks, 75 bucks, somewhere around there, maybe 80 bucks max, depending on which option you get. But great reverse flicking action, great thumb stud flicking action. Like I said, the ergos just melt in your hand, and it's a great work knife. Next, USA made, the Hogue DEKA. What is amazing about the Hogue DEKA? Well, one thing that's amazing is right now I can link down in the description a Hogue DEKA for around $126. 20 CV G10. It is the first version because it just recently dropped a second version that has less screws and a deep carry clip. Now, to me, I like all the screws. All the screws, they're all T8s, and to me, I know like it's more of a hassle to take apart, but it's not like you're taking apart your knife every day. But this means it's strong. We have 2 screws holding in the liner on each side. Then we have multiple standoffs. That really adds to the durability and strength of this knife. This is a super solid knife. And if you feel how lightweight it is, it's like, holy cow, I can't believe how tough this knife is for being a paper, or just, it's super light. It's like, it feels like you're carrying a piece of paper. Like, it's so light. The thumb studs are really grippy. So it's super snappy. The access lock is super easy to grip onto, and it is very smooth on its phosphor bronze washers. So this is basically a bug out killer. It really is. You get better materials for cheaper price, and it's still USA made. Like I said, 20 CV comes in multiple different options. The specific one that I can link for $126 is the clip point version, but there's a Wharncliffe version, I believe a drop point version, or maybe it's just the clip point and the Wharncliffe. But the Wharncliffe is kind of a unique Wharncliffe. But either way, both of them are great, great options. And like I said, I can link it down in the description. And the first version's going for a heck of a price right now. So if you ever wanted a Hogue DEKA, now is the time. But aside from that, which is basically the most amazing part, is the price for what you're getting. USA made, 20 CV, great materials, strong locking system. Now, the second version, with the less screws and the deep carry pocket clip, this isn't a budget knife clip. It's just because the spots where you can screw it in, you can take a clip off of a lot of knives and put it on. But the second version that has the deep carry clip already on there with the less screws is going to be more money. But yeah, that's what's really awesome about it. But aside from that, super lightweight, super lightweight, and it's just a great EDC. Like I said, USA made, great action, strong lock, crazy lightweight. You don't even realize you have a knife on you. And yeah, that's what's awesome about it. Great EDC. Next is the Kizer Critical Mini. Now, This is, the reason why this is awesome is this is 3V and MICARTA, or G10, there's different ones, for $100. I'm going to link right up here in the corner, I'm going to link my review of this knife. It got a good review, great action, nice strong detent, good access to the lock bar, very smooth, but it's not a really large knife, but it's super comfortable in the hand. It's kind of like the KANSEPT Main Street. It's a utility cutting beast. Great work knife, especially if a lot of your work has to do with detailing work and, you know, opening things up. And with the 3V, you can expect it to be a really tough steel, super tough. Good edge retention too. And from my experience, they didn't do a bad job with it. It did pretty good. Deep carry clip that is comfortable in the hand, and it is inset with flat screws. Now there is other versions of this, like there is the White Mountain Knives exclusive version with the brown micarta and the hole, still in 3V, same price. So you do have this option as well. Sometimes they do knock off a few bucks, but oh yeah, and I have a 10% discount code with White Mountain Knives. But either one is really good. This one does come with a very strong detent. You do have to let it break in. Like when I first got it, it was very difficult to reverse flick. So just know that it is coming with a very strong detent. But it does break in. Either one is a great option. Also, I do want to thank those of you that do use my links down in the description. Some of them do benefit the channel massively. So thank you very much. Next, the Kizer T1 in micarta. Now, again, link down in the description, and if you get the one from MOJAVE Outdoors, you can save yourself 10% off by using my discount code. Now, what's awesome about the T1? Well, it used to come, it still does, the titanium frame lock version, and you can probably get it for a pretty good price right now. I'll try to link that down in the description, but the new liner lock version is more of a budget-friendly version. 154 cm, really good micarta, and it is a liner lock, but it is ridiculously smooth, like crazy smooth, and the detent is super solid, very snappy action. As soon as you break the detent, it flies. That was me just breaking the detent, so if you give it any effort at all, it just kicks. But what's great about this is it is a super simple knife. So it's a knife that goes good on the job site, working, EDC, just basically everything. It's a knife you can easily just grab and you know it's going to be good for the job. And that's what I love about it, because yeah, it's a really simple look, and some people love that, some people hate it. I personally love it because to me, simple means it works. Right? There's a reason why some knife designs have lasted hundreds of years because they work. And that's the way this is. Great geometry. I did sharpen this one. The 154 cm felt really good. It does have this coating on there, which, you know, is going to catch some wear after a while, but you know, it is what it is. Sometimes I personally like, you know, I don't mind some good scratches on my knife. And this is a type of knife that, to me personally, I guess this is my own opinion here, I think looks good with a little bit of wear on it. The clip is not inset, but it does have flat screws, not reversible. It does have a back spacer with a lanyard pin, and the stop pin is a good size for the knife. Super solid lockup. Great access to the lock bar, just a fantastic, simple knife. Next, relatively new company, but CMC made knives. Now, I've gotten a couple of their knives in. I actually have one of their new models on the way. This is the Spear, though. The CMC made Spear. What is awesome about this? Well, I think it took me a while to really realize this, but this thing has one of the best detents I've felt in, like, on, you know, I don't want to say out of all knives, because that wouldn't be true. I mean, I've felt Hogue haptics, Koenig Arises, and all kinds of knives alike, but this knife has just such a good detent, man. Its detent is so good. The access to the lock bar is really good. it is super smooth, glassy smooth. Reverse flicking action is good. Now, it's not going to be great in the left hand. Although, I mean, I can get it usually because the hole is a little bit more accessible from the left side. But it's just, you know, you kind of lock yourself out. Although you can get it sometimes, especially if you use the meat of your finger and not the nail. Then it works pretty much every time. So, just depending on how you like to reverse flick. It does have kind of a spearish, because it is called the spear, blade shape. I love that swedge. Very useful blade shape. S35VN steel. I'm trying to fail it, and I can fail it. Don't get me wrong. I can fail it. But, man, you have to really think about it. There we go. It is really good. Now, it does come in a couple different options. We have shred carbon fiber, and it has an inlay on both sides. The clip works great. This one's the blacked out coated version, but there is a raw titanium version. Super comfortable in the hand. Great little EDC knife. Now, it's not a really cheap knife, but for what you're getting a super solid knife. Great action, like I said, great detent. And that's what I think is great about this thing, is this detent in action. It's just so good. I did it first. I wished that there was jimping in the flipper tab, but I've turned away from that. I do not think that anymore. I love the flipper tab. The flipper tab works so good with this detent, and I've realized that, no, I would not want it to change. I think the flipper tab just works so good with the detent. Now, these, you can only, I'm not sure all the places you can get these, but I will link the CMB Made Knives website down in the description, but I'm not sure if you can get them other places or not. So you'll have to look around if you want to try to price them differently or anything like that. I know I can't link them from Amazon. I know that for sure. But has all the bells and whistles, steel lock bar insert, titanium frame lock, titanium clip and back spacer, ceramic caged bearings and detent ball. Like I said, S35VN. Now, I do wish the choil was done a little bit better, but it is what it is. It's not horrifying. They did give you a little bit to sharpen off, but not much. Nice landing zone with when you flip it. It does have an over travel stop on the lock bar, so you're not going to unbend the lock bar, which is pretty standard on a lot of titanium frame locks now. But there you guys go. The CMB Made Knives Spear. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.